What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Terror Table for episode 126. My name is Mitch. I'm one of your regular hosts that you hear every single week, and alongside me, as always, I have...
Boozy.
And next to him, we have...
This is 3 episodes in a row for me now. I think this is a new record.
And his name is...
Diego.
And today, for the second week in a row, we have an incredibly special guest. We'd like to welcome our good friend that we've talked about for the past 100 episodes at least, LANA from Boston.
Lana
from Boston is in the house.
Wait. Say beans.
Beans.
That was really underwhelming.
Say firefighter.
Firefighter.
There we go.
Sorry, I don't really have an accent.
Well, we're gonna keep drinking this, and you hopefully will.
Yeah.
I picture you to be one of those. I picture you to be one of those angry drunks, those Boston drunks.
I am.
Okay. Well, we are crazy excited because last week we had Andy from Erie International and Germany on the podcast in person.
It was this week.
I'm looking at him.
Yeah, he's 5 feet away from us. We're recording in front of a live studio audience today, and
yes.
Yeah, and he's got his Chiefs.
Applause.
But yeah, today and yesterday in the afternoon, Lana flew in all the way from Boston to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan for her first time in Canada just to hang out with us. Hang out with everyone.
I love the way you say that.
Like Saskatoon being your first time in Canada, or just in general your first time in Canada?
I'm so excited to be here.
Who?
Yeah, and like we've been going around all week, and you've been doing it for a day, being told by like pretty much everyone, like, oh, why would you come here?
Yeah.
Even the guy at the escape room, he was like, she came here?
Yeah, but then we had today, shout out to Kyle Zeravinsky for taking us through the Ramey Art Gallery. He took Lana, Andy, Bianca, and myself through and told us everything about every piece of art. Bianca told him a few things about his pieces of art. She's been culturing people all over Saskatchewan. And
we could use more culture here,
we should,
honestly.
yeah, we could. But no, it's been awesome. And today, last night we went to an escape room, so we'll talk about that when we get into our normal thing. Today we also went out and ate 13 Pies Pizza all together. So we had some horror-themed pizza. Then we went off to the movies to see Crawl. So we got out of that less than an hour ago.
Just came out today.
Yeah, and we are going to now record an episode on it. So we're going to do our normal thing, talk what we've been up to, what we've been seeing. It's technically been 2 days for Diego, Boozy, and I. But Lana has never been on, so she can talk about whatever she wants. And we're going to talk to Lana about her horror roots a little bit. And then we'll do a brief news section, and then we'll talk about Crawl. So I guess, is that everything? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And thank you to everyone who reached out to let us know that our last episode was fucking up royally because we had some major technical difficulties, and it is such a shame because it happened to be the episode that we probably cared most about up until this point. Now that episode means nothing to us. No, but we really were going to work on getting that episode fixed up and reposted. But thank you to everyone who listened. I know some people skipped right ahead to the MIDSOMMAR section because there's no audio problems there. But we're going to start working on that, make sure that doesn't happen anymore.
And when we do repost it, if there's still no Alexis on Fire song at the end, it's not because we just decided to spit in Andy's face. Our totally 100% legal way of getting that song for some reason wasn't working. So if you hear the normal theme, that's why.
I'll just record myself humming whatever this song is.
But let's get on with the show. So, Lana.
Hello.
Yay!
Welcome to Canada.
Thank you.
Even though you've been here for a while.
Not really.
Like
Good
a
day.
Yeah, but it's not like it's naturally just
Old
like we're gonna
news
hop
already.
on the mic. Yeah. You had your first
news.
Tim Hortons today?
Oh, so good.
No,
That's
not
so
good.
weird. What did you get? I'm super curious.
I got a honey cruller and an iced coffee.
A black iced coffee.
Yeah.
So,
I don't like milk.
You didn't even get an ice cap? Oh,
No,
okay,
I got
lactose
a
intolerant.
but like
lactose and fucking tolerant, dude.
our Tim Hortons, like they're known to like run the same water, run different water through the same filter like 3 times.
Oh, cool.
So it's pretty gross. Like some days you'll get just like a horrible coffee that you can't even, like it'll give you like the worst chest pains just to drink it. And then some days it's great.
And even they like...
That's why everyone in Saskatchewan gets Dubba Dubbas.
They always fuck up their orders somehow too. Like this morning before work, I went there for breakfast, and I got my breakfast. I got my large vanilla iced coffee, my breakfast wrap, and then I also got a hash brown. And I pulled up to the window, and they just gave me my wrap, and I was like, "Where's my hash brown?" They're like, "We didn't charge you for one," and then just closed the window. I was like,
that always happens.
I was like, "All right, I wanted that, but if I'm not paying for it, I guess that's fine." But
Fuck
They're terrible.
you.
I am so glad I don't drink coffee. I don't have to worry about any of
Oh
these
god,
problems.
you have
You don't
like
drink coffee?
Nope.
you like
I didn't know that
it's
about
like
you.
you have all like because you don't have really any bad vices, but you put them all into weed.
You mean like smoking? Like
Well,
cigarettes?
Yeah, but it's like you put all of your alcoholic energy, caffeine,
Yeah.
energy drinks, video games, all those like bad habits that like take up a lot of your time and money, and you just put it all into smoking marijuana.
I just want to explain that this is what
Blasted.
having ADHD is.
Okay.
I don't need all that shit to be like going.
Yeah.
We're getting really
And-
deep here.
And meanwhile, today, I was getting those chest pains again, so I was like, maybe I should cut back a little bit on the caffeine.
Yeah,
but
it's
I know
all
Just
right.
No
take
more
a
energy
Meprazole
drinks.
like I do every day.
Yeah.
Hypno.
A Meprazole.
Oh,
Hypno.
It's
Okay,
an acid reflux pill.
oh.
Lana,
Yes.
we're a horror podcast.
Sorry.
You found that it's like
This
Wait,
is
you didn't
you
ask
hardly
us what we
listen to us.
watched.
you found out about us through searching for horror podcasts.
Yeah, I was going through a hard time in my life where all my conversations were meaningless, so I was looking for podcasts to listen
You
to.
were reaching out.
Yeah, I was like, I need people with common interests, so I was looking for podcasts. I had just started listening to audiobooks. I didn't think that I could listen to anyone on tape, but then I loved audiobooks, and then I realized the iPhone has a free podcast app, so I started to use it.
Yes.
And I searched you, and you guys came up first.
So you found us before we gave you Erie.
Yeah, you did.
You're welcome, Andy.
Yeah.
I hope it's not contagious.
Yeah.
Wait, so you searced for us?
No, I just searched
Oh, you
like
searched
horror
for
podcasts.
That's crazy that we came up. Like,
How did
that
we
quick.
come up?
Because we don't tag anything. That's
No.
our problem.
I don't know how you
We're
came up.
terrible
I
at what
think
we do.
it's
honestly.
is it serendipity? Is that what
Yeah.
is that what that
Yeah,
means?
we
When
were
the-
meant to be
the-
friends.
Yeah, that's
Meant
the
to be.
word.
We
Yeah,
were meant
because
to be.
here we are, almost nearly 3 years later, and you're in my kitchen.
It's so weird. It's
Yeah.
so strange.
It's wild.
It's really exciting.
But you
I
love
love
horror
ya.
movies, so you love horror movies. That's why you got into our podcast. So where did
Yeah.
your love for horror start?
I don't know. I was really scared of horror movies as a kid, actually. I talked about this on my blog, but I thought that Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, whatever the fuck that movie is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah?
like the original?
Yeah.
Or
Charlie and the
and the
Chocolate
Chocolate
Factory.
Factory.
Charlie and the Chocolate
Yeah.
Factory. Well, I thought that was the scariest movie of my life.
That fucking boat scene is horrifying.
It was
It's
terrifying.
so terrifying.
Everything about that movie's terrifying.
Everything. I was like, I hate this so much.
Do you
and
realize everybody's like gateway into horror though has been something that isn't horror?
like a children's
Yeah.
something?
Well,
or
that's like
other?
for Secret of Nim was one of the ones for me. Like just
Yeah.
everyone was like, well, most people
Well-
were scared by an animated show or something that was meant for kids. Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yeah.
like stuff.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Slipknot music videos.
Yeah.
Well, those are scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know how I ventured into liking horror because I was actually a really nervous kid. So like I get the shakes if I was scared. I would get really nervous. I don't know why, but then I just got over it, and I was like, oh, I kind of like this because I started to see like the messaging in them, and I was like, oh, this is actually really creative and really like deep and powerful and makes me feel things.
Do you know which was like the first one to crack that open?
What was the straw that broke the Lana's back?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. Probably Scream, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Scream was the first one that I was like, I actually like all these characters and I like what's happening here.
I think for our generation,
It's our age group,
It's
eh?
our age group. That's
Yeah.
like a big one.
Scream is huge for everyone
Yeah.
around our age group.
Yeah.
Most of the time, at least.
And Nightmare on Elm Street, obviously.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a
Freddy is
big
always
Fred
good.
head.
I love Freddy.
Well, it's her phone case.
Yes.
Yes.
Saw that.
It's beautiful.
Cool. Yeah, and we've talked numerous times about how you are a book club fiend, or like you're a
Mhm.
book fiend.
Mhm.
So you got into reading horror novels quite frequently. But like you
Yeah.
found you just seem to always gravitate toward. You read everything, but you seem to gravitate towards the stuff that has a twisted edge to it.
Yeah, I just enjoy that because I think it's so human. I don't know. I like things that aren't like fake, I guess.
Yeah.
So I like when people are in pain because I'm in pain all the time.
So you can relate to it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like things that I can relate to. But I started with like Lemony Snicket. That's,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really liked all the mystery books as a kid, and then it just grew into like all the horror novels that I read now, which is fantastic. But I don't have like one specific author besides Lemony Snicket series.
Did
that
you
I loved.
did you read Goosebumps at all as a kid?
No, I
No?
didn't. Nope. Goosebumps was too scary for me. Actually.
Crazy. And now you're like a vet.
I know.
Like you'll watch every, like I don't think Is there something you wouldn't watch?
Yeah, she wouldn't watch.
You watched Climax a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I did. I hated it.
I know one she wouldn't watch because she had to turn it off halfway through.
Is it Kuso?
Ichi the Killer.
Yeah, that's 100% understandable.
Did I watch that?
You said that you started and then you couldn't do it. Oh no, wait! I don't even think you started it.
Is that the
Japanese one?
Yeah, with the cum?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
With the cum.
With the cum.
Yeah, with the.
The one
There's
with
the
the cum?
title right
Yeah.
there.
I stopped that one after the cum.
Yeah. So like 10 minutes in. Yeah.
I just didn't. He was like raping that girl though.
Yeah.
Like
that's
it
understandable.
was too realistic for me.
Yeah.
He was beating the shit out of her.
But
and I was
then
like,
you loved
no.
Kuso.
Yeah, I did love Kuso.
You're one
but
of
no one
the-
got like the shit beat out of them while having sex.
No,
Well,
Not
kinda.
really.
no.
No, none of
Just
that.
choked a little bit.
I think I blocked
That's
it out of my
fine.
memory.
That's fine.
Crazy. Well,
I liked Kuso a lot.
So speaking of liking Kuso a lot, what's the stuff that's exciting you today? What's the stuff that you're most looking forward to in horror, and like, what's
What gets your jimmies rustled when you think of horror movies?
yeah?
I don't know. I don't think I don't have anything that I like
Gravitate
love
towards?
specifically. I just like the genre as a whole. So if there's something that looks cool, then I'm excited about it. I'm excited about that Whodunit movie that we just saw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that
that's not
looks
even
good.
horror.
Yeah.
That looks great.
I
though.
thought for a minute it was going to be like Clue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
me too.
like,
me too.
Andy knew what it was, and everyone
Yeah, I
else is
know.
sitting there. We're like, "What the fuck is this?"
but that's because Andy's an intellectual.
What was that movie called?
Which one was it?
Knives Out.
It's
Knives
called
Out.
Knives Out.
Knives Out.
Oh, the Ryan Johnson movie.
Yeah, you knew what it was right away, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, "What is this?"
Because we in the Erie group, we talked about it when they announced it months ago, and when the trailers came out, we
Oof.
sent it
Oh,
to each other. And
I hope that didn't
We are
pick up. He
called
just
out.
roasted us.
I've heard the name Knives Out before, and I'm pretty sure it was from you talking about it. But that's it. I had never seen a trailer or read anything about it.
Same.
I pretty much block out anything Ryan Johnson has to do with now.
But that looks great.
No,
it does look really
I
good.
think I just gravitate towards like I go to see a lot of horror movies and then I see previews and I'm like, well, I'm gonna see that when it comes out.
You're the homie that sees everything. Like you also went to Escape Room.
Yeah.
You're one of us.
I still haven't seen that.
Love
Yeah,
movies.
me and Boozy went to
Yeah.
it,
And you
Courtney.
loved Escape Room.
I did love Escape
It's
Room.
super fun.
Super
I had
underrated.
a really good time.
Can I ask you a deep, dark, personal
Of
question?
course you can.
Is it about the red hole?
Oh,
I'm not
Is it
bringing.
about
No,
my
I'm not bringing
bleeding
that
wall?
up. Oh my god, she's bringing it up. Okay, when you were, let's say, like 12,
Yeah.
Chad Michael Murray. Was it Chad Michael Murray? You were all
No.
about Chad.
Oh my
Michael Murray.
god.
No.
No, it's she didn't
I
have
was
anything until
all-
she was 16, then it was everyone.
No, I was
Shawn
all about
Mendes.
I was all about James Lafferty actually. If you're
Who's
talking
James
about
Lafferty?
Who the fuck
Fuck's
is
James
that?
Lafferty?
You're talking well, since you brought up Chad Michael Murray, he was on One Tree Hill and there was this other character that he was rivaled against and it was James Lafferty. Who I
So was
loved.
one blonde and one was dark haired?
Exactly.
Oh,
and
the
I love the
angel.
dark-haired one.
the
yeah.
Damien and Michelangelo or Michael complex.
Well, see, the thing is, I was really into like tall, dark, and handsome, and then I date a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy now. So, I
But he's
don't know.
tall.
And he's
Well,
handsome.
he's taller than
Reasonably
you.
Tall. Yeah,
But that's
He
not hard.
seems tall.
James Lafferty?
yeah, James.
This
Lafferty.
dude's ugly as fuck.
No, he is not. He is beautiful.
You think like Chad Michael Murray comes up and then you pick this
Chad
guy?
Michael
This
Murray
guy
is
looks-
a douchebag?
You know who he looks
Doesn't
like?
matter. You
He's a
love
dick.
douchebags.
No, he's just
He
a
looks like
dick.
that guy who's famous on Parks and Rec now.
John Ralphio?
No, close.
Adam,
Nick Offerman?
No,
Aziz
he's-
Ansari?
Adam Scott?
Adam Scott.
you guys need to stop. He's a like lesser known character, but now he's voicing Timon in The Lion King. Billy Eichner.
I know who you're
Billy
talking
Eichner?
about. Yeah, yeah.
Eichner.
He's
Billy-
gay.
Billy
Yeah,
Idol.
that's what that guy looks like.
He does not look like Billy Eichner.
That guy looks like Billy Eichner.
Sorry, we just had to ruin your childhood for a second there.
You also
I
thought that
saw
our
he's
local
fucking hot.
celebrity Tanner Zipchin was attractive.
Oh,
He's cute.
God.
No.
He's
He's a
becoming
good-looking
I
guy.
kind of goaded her into that one. And I was like, "What do you think of that guy?"
Because he just leaned over and goes, "Do you think he's hot?"
he doesn't listen to this, but
No, fuck no.
he used to come in HMV and he was kind of a dick.
Yeah, he
Well,
is a
he's
dickhead.
a dick. He's a dick, but he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, lots of good-looking guys are dicks.
I don't think Chad Michael Murray is cute.
Okay, I needed to know.
Well, I'm happy we
Sorry.
got that out of the way. So, House of Wax, what did you think of that?
I actually really like.
I love House of Wax.
I
love that
really,
movie.
really like that movie.
Yeah,
Where did
it's
that
super
come from?
underrated. Well, it's Chad Michael
Chad
Murray's in it.
Michael
I'm trying to
Murray.
somehow bring it back to
Oh,
horror
okay.
since you forgot that's a horror podcast.
I do love House of Wax. Paris Hilton getting speared through the head is my fave.
Yes, like I've said numerous times before, there's only 2 movies where you can see Paris Hilton get a pipe through her face.
And
Yeah,
the
I've
joke
seen
gets
both.
better
I
every
have seen
time.
both too, and one of them
One
is
is
super
fa-
fucking
One of them
boring.
is found footage, and it's
One of them
boring.
is really boring.
One of them's super fucking boring,
super boring.
super unenthusiastic, and lazy.
She doesn't need to.
The
be
other is House of
enthusiastic.
Wax. But
Zing, the Paris Hilton burns.
I think she was just
Topical.
really high.
yeah, that it seems like she's permanently high. But I don't know if she ever was. She wouldn't be a pothead.
Yeah.
No, I think she was into harder shit. She was
She was-
really
she was
Maybe
a
she
coke-
was
she was
doing
a-
oxy and shit.
She was a coke fiend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she-
but
she can afford that.
Coke doesn't make
make
your
her lazy.
eyelids have
Excited.
closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she
Sometimes
was
I
on
made her
coke,
lazy.
if she was on coke, that might have been a watchable film.
Maybe she was just sleepy. Why are you judging her like that?
Sleeping pills.
Oh my god.
So many.
All right, so do you want to get on to the normal thing?
Yeah, definitely.
You guys into that?
I don't
So-
have anything else to say.
Well, you got to
Oh, Lana's
chug
done.
up that wine because you're here now,
Chug
sister.
I have the
That
bottle
wine.
on the table. I'll do it.
We're gonna have to shotgun a beer before news.
I don't even know
Nice.
how shotgun
Yeah,
beer.
that's why I'm going to teach you.
I don't want to do that.
No, 100%.
Yes, you do.
I
Yeah.
hate beer.
Are you the only guy not from Saskatchewan?
What?
You don't like shotgunning beers?
I said I'd shotgun a beer.
Oh, okay.
I don't like
I
thank
was
you.
like,
beers.
yes.
Who likes
that's
shotgunning a beer?
Me.
Makes sense.
That's how I picked up
You
girls
like-
in high school.
No,
Yes,
you
100%.
didn't.
I was
Oh,
the guy
Mitch.
who was a fast shotgunner, and it was impressive at one point. Then it's all been
Saskatchewan.
downhill since then.
It's not.
Chicks were like, "Oh my god, look how fast he could chug that."
Are you sure it's not just because you're tall?
No.
Look at his gut grow.
All
I
right.
think it's because you're tall.
Yeah. Okay, so what has everyone been up to? Who wants to go first?
Boozy.
Not me.
Have
Diego,
you
do
seen
you have
anything in the
anything?
last 2 days?
Yeah, okay,
You go.
So the only thing I've been doing, because we just recorded, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
I got a game in the mail that I ordered, Call of Cthulhu.
Oh,
It's real good.
Yeah.
It's based off the H.P. Lovecraft story.
The thing you're most afraid of.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What's this on?
Don't. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about.
No.
I thought you were going to talk about
What's-
H.P.
no.
Lovecraft. I got it on my PS4. It's a first-person detective game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're like Detective Pikachu.
So you do, yeah, pretty much. No, it's a slow-paced game. It's kind of like if Heavy Rain and those games were like more interactive, but like you just go, like you find clues and like you start to unravel like you
I like that.
start to unravel like basically what's going on.
Is it
in
more
this-
open world? Because
Kind of.
like those kind of usually those kind of games like Heavy Rain is
Yeah.
fairly limited.
It takes
what
place
you
in like
do.
the whenever the Prohibition was. Takes
like
place around then.
1905, 1910, something like that.
Like 1920, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know. But
Fucking Dust Bowl.
no, it's super cool. It's Cthulhu and Lovecraftian stuff always scares the shit out of me. So this is a good way for me to like get into it. But like, it's fucking like there's jump scares and shit, and it's fucking terrifying.
You play
Like
in the dark.
yeah,
Okay,
of
good,
course.
good.
And your character, like you have like a sanity meter, and so like if it starts going low, you start to
Oh,
experience.
so do you not have any actual health? It's just that sanity.
You have health too,
Oh,
but you also
okay.
have a sanity
Okay.
meter.
Also, we're presented by the Saskatchewan Podcast Network that I forgot to say at the
Oh, well,
beginning.
Yes, we are. We sure are.
We can
gotta
plug that
start
many
fucking-
times.
No, well, we have
We have to
Sorry,
start
I
doing it
fucked
better.
up. But yeah, 100% because I am excited about it, but I forgot about it because Lana's here.
Yeah,
Don't
And
fuck up again.
So today we're the Saskatchewan Boston
association.
Network. I don't know.
Podcast?
Keep going. I'm sorry, podcast.
But no, it's super cool, and look, I had wanted to play this game for a while, but I didn't want to justify spending $84 on it.
84.
That's a lot.
Well,
of
that's
money.
with tax.
That's with tax.
That's
It's
with tax.
insane.
Oh, it is like a full game.
It's a full game. It's a big
Holy
game. Yeah, it's a AAA
I
title.
thought this was like a smaller.
No, no,
thing.
no.
Okay.
I think I saw it because is there another game that's out that's
Just came out-
underwater?
No, well, it's not underwater, but there's another game that's
What's it called?
The Sinking City.
Yes, I've
Yeah.
heard really good things about
Yeah,
that game.
and I'm gonna get that one next, and that's like a detective game, but also a third-person shooter.
Yeah,
it
so
might
it
be a
kind
bit
of sounds
more-
like Bioshock.
Might be a bit more action packed.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. If you love Lovecraftian stuff, it was on sale on Amazon when I bought it for $34. That's what made me fucking buy it, because I got free shipping and everything. And yeah, H.P. Lovecraft was a bad person,
he sure was. He was a very bad person.
but that's all I've been doing.
That's everything you got? Okay, because we're going to talk about what we did last night together.
Oh, yeah,
We'll talk about that together. Boozy,
Okay.
you watch anything in the last 2 days?
I didn't watch anything, but I finished my second book, so
Fuck yeah.
I am ready.
Okay.
I'm fucking
Fuck
ready.
yeah.
I'm on to my
Fuck
third
yeah.
already.
So as soon as everyone leaves, I will crush the ruins and we'll be good to go. I think Courtney's still reading.
Sorry,
her
I'm
book, too.
just gloating a little bit.
I'm
'cause
happy.
Before I was the slow one, and
I'm
now I'm
so
just
proud
fucking.
of you.
I'm
Yeah.
chugging through. I was reading 2 at a time. Like I'd take an hour, read one, then read the other one for like half an hour. Oh, I was killing it.
That's crazy. Good for you.
Thank
Proud
you.
of you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mhm.
Do you want me to go? Then we'll just let you
Yes.
fucking go off, talk about whatever you want. Well, this one you're going to talk about with me. First of all, I'm going to say I've been listening to Cobwebs, the podcast I mentioned numerous times before. Our friend Daniel Epler is the host, and I've also been listening to 3,000 Movies to Die Before You Watch. I'm thoroughly enjoying both. 3000 Movies to Die Before You Watch is just super fun if you want to listen to people bullshit and be funny and talk about terrible movies. And those are two of the most likable people I know, so it's awesome. Check that out. Daniel's podcast has been awesome so far. I've been really enjoying that. He's a guy who knows his shit. Like I said, I was praising him before I listened to the podcast when I announced it on here, but he just backed up all of what I previously thought. So it's great. I really like it. So if you're into that old school horror stuff, Hammer Horror, Universal Horror, check that podcast out. Other than that, actually I'm going to segue into that one last because Lana watched it with me today. I watched HELLBOY.
Oh.
I totally forgot that Andy and I made a promise the day that when HELLBOY came out in theaters, and I drove halfway to the theater, and then I turned around because I said, fuck it, no, I can't do it. I've made it clear on the podcast, I'm a big fan of Mike Mignola, and I'm a huge fan of HELLBOY in general. I love
and David Harbour.
And David Harbour. And so I was excited about the movie when it was announced that they were doing it with Neil Marshall, because I think Neil Marshall is a great director, and he did really good stuff, particularly in medieval settings, like in Game of Thrones. Even The Descent has little bit of that feel. It's definitely not medieval, but then he's got the movie Centurion. Either way, I was really excited about it, and then they announced the rated R rating. I've been over all this before, so I'm not even going to keep going with this. As a HELLBOY movie, as a HELLBOY adaptation, this is 100% a failure. There is 0% HELLBOY in this movie. Like, there is nothing that makes that character what that character is in the movie.
Other than the makeup?
Other than the makeup,
more of a heck boy.
He's 100% heck boy. But that's what's most infuriating about the movie, is that every element of what HELLBOY is misrepresented. Yeah, whatever.
You got it.
Misrepresented.
Misrepresented.
You
Thank
got
you.
it.
Miss Independent.
That's the thing, though, is Del Toro's HELLBOY movies weren't accurate either, but they were made with like a genuine love and
they
care.
had the spirit.
Well, they had a love for the material, like, and you could feel that, and he was at least respectful with the changes that they made. This feels like, if anyone is as big of a fan of Tropic Thunder as I am,
oh man,
it feels like when they're making fun of action movies in Tropic Thunder, this whole movie feels like that.
But I forgot to ask, does it try and take itself seriously?
Oh, Bianca talked about how she found a article that was saying that like it has the humor for 12-year-olds, but then the violence for like 18+ adult crowds.
How's Mila Jovovich?
She's always bad.
Yeah.
Hot.
Apparently, except for in Fifth Element.
She's great in Fifth Element. But
see, I still haven't seen it. But that was where when she came on, I was like, "Okay, this is gonna be bad," because she just doesn't do good movies anymore. But no, I don't know.
She just makes money. She just makes money.
She does make that money.
She had like a big speech about this movie after it came out and was just bombing, and people were going hard on it because she was saying that there's so many of her movies that have become cult classics over the years, and she's like, I'm so confident this is going to be one. I don't know if I can back her up in that, but I am admittedly a David Harbour fan. I am a fucking fanboy of his, and I like how he looks in Red. I like how he looks as the character, but he just kind of does a Ron Perlman impression, but dirties it up a little bit, and so he's not like this ain't your grandma's HELLBOY. He swears. He has swear words, and he's edgy, and
I just imagine him in like the 90s background where it's all the fucking scribbling on the back, and he's like posed up with big chains.
That's pretty much what it feels like. And like that's the thing is he there's like Duke Nukem style one-liners, but I don't mean that in a good way.
Oh, okay, I'm like, man, you just said a buzzword for
me.
And
I don't mean that in a good way. But
stick it up your ass.
Like for instance, like an example is like when he cuts off a head and goes, "Seems you or that's what happens when you lose your head," or something like that. Like it's fucking
heads
terrible.
up.
I have an Acacia real quick. I have an Acacia Strain shirt that has Duke Nukem on it, and on the back it says, "I'm gonna rip off your head and shit down your neck."
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But here's where I'm gonna piss off David Hopkins probably. As a movie in general, it's not that bad. It's actually not as bad. It's bad, but it's not as bad as everybody's making it out to be.
Oh my god.
It's definitely not. But the thing is, I make it be known, I did not like this movie at all. I can look at things subjectively and not like be like, oh,
Ooh,
this
David,
is my.
Did you hear that? He roasted you.
I didn't feel like that was a roast on David. I'm just saying. I just know that. I just know David. Like he said, there's 0 redeemable factors in the movie, and I totally understand that. Coming from a Hellboy fan, as I am myself, I can admit that there's nothing good about Hellboy in this Hellboy movie. But it's like this is like if there's anyone out there who saw Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters,
I loved that movie.
exactly like it.
Oh
It's
man,
like
so
the
I
same-
will like Hellboy.
I like honestly, I would put you, Diego, liking Hellboy at about a 90%.
Wow.
Like
that's
it's,
high.
but it's just Hellboy doing a Deadpool impression, which
And
I
the
was
thi-
hoping
and the
it
thing
wasn't.
is, and I said this from the beginning when this movie was announced. I don't have like, I'm not attached to Hellboy like you are.
Yeah, you don't give a heck.
No, well, hey, I like Hellboy, but I've never like, I've maybe only read one comic, whereas like I know it's been in Mitch's blood and heart.
Yeah,
Where like I liked the Hellboy movies and I liked one of the comics, but like I'm not personally attached to him
Yeah.
like Mitch is. So I might get some enjoyment out of the movie.
like you've heard how hard I've been shitting on this movie today.
yeah, well,
Okay,
I heard how hard you were.
This
shitting on it
is
yesterday.
2 times better than Venom.
I still haven't seen Venom.
Like Venom was so fucking bad, and this
Venom
is
sucks.
totally better than Venom. But like, and it's the thing is though, where it really fails is it has some like it has some kind of shitty storytelling where it's sloppy and it kind of hops all over the place. You can feel like maybe the editing was a bit of a problem for them. But the CGI, sometimes it doesn't look that bad. Sometimes Hellboy's straight up running through a sword. Like it looks like a video game, but he's just glitching through the sword. Like it's
Oh,
it's
like it
fucking
clips.
bad. Yeah, and like, but then there's like a character who's he's like a pig boar character, and he's actually kind of funny, but he's like,
Another buzzword.
oh yeah, you will like him. But there's
boar.
they have like the practical effect. There's practical effects in this movie, but then it's like loaded up with CGI. But the practical effects look really good at times.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's a type of movie if you just want to turn your brain off and watch things fucking explode in blood, because it's an R-rated Hellboy movie, so it's super violent. People's getting their face ripped off, heads are cut off, like they're ripped limb from limb. Like it's super brutal. What's up?
Hi. I have a question.
Boozy has his hand up.
Yes, I do. Okay, this is the number 1 test of this movie. Will you buy a physical
No.
copy? No matter what the price, you don't have to buy it as soon as it comes out. If you saw it in a $5.99 bin on your way to Independence
On Blu-ray in a steelbook.
in a steelbook, would you buy it?
Like I would buy it for $2. I would buy it for $2.
it.
No,
This is
no, I wouldn't buy
this
it.
is me asking girls out in high school. It's like, so there's a chance.
Like that's the thing is I have a Green Lantern steelbook, so that kind of should answer your question.
So that
So
means
Mitch liked it enough.
Yeah.
He liked it. It's
Like I'm an idiot. Like
a movie.
I buy stupid things. Yes, I got a problem.
I see. Like I know that's like the Mitch test now.
Yeah.
That's the barometer.
Especially if you add steelbook.
Yeah.
Like I will never buy Venom.
Okay.
Ever.
Well, what's that?
Fuck off.
That's
I definitely have
that's
movies
3
on.
copies of the Zohan, you idiot.
I definitely have movies on there that are worse than Venom, though.
Do you have the Zohan?
No.
Oh, that's fine. I thought you actually saw those.
No.
3
Moving on.
copies.
So Hellboy sucked, but if you have no attachment to the character and you like, it's just like a Hellboy doing a Deadpool impression. They're trying really hard to cash in off what Deadpool did. But this is definitely even more violent, and there's monsters and creatures and all that kind of stuff. So it could be fun, but it's pretty annoying seeing Hellboy kill people to Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. Like,
That's the only
it's-
Motley Crue
it's like
song I
that.
like.
Oh, so they
That's what this movie
It's not
is.
just in the trailer. Like they actually have
it's-
that in the movie.
oh man, there's just he likes rock music. It's
Oh.
fucking
Did you do
crazy.
this?
Yes,
That's too bad.
He
it's
threw
ve-
up the horns.
but it's not. That's the thing is, it's like I can under.
that bad.
No, I
Spending
can.
a lot of time on
Yeah.
this movie.
Okay. Well,
He
you
likes
guys
it.
are
He
making me
likes
do
it.
it.
No,
You guys
he
are
likes
making me
it.
do this. Possession of Hannah Grace.
What the?
I
fuck?
watched it.
What the fuck is that?
I've
You-
seen the poster. I don't think I've seen
It was
the
a
movie.
theatrically released
Yeah,
horror
yeah.
movie this
Is
year.
that the one with Shay Mitchell,
Yes.
the hot girl?
Was it released like
Fuck
here?
yeah.
Like was
Shay
it?
Mitchell is hot.
Shame, I don't know who it is.
Oh, look her
She's
up.
from Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah, she's from Pretty Little Liars, and she was
Shay?
also on Shay Mitchell.
Shay.
She was
in
also on
that show,
You. You that I talked about.
I love you.
So, Possession of Hannah Grace, available on Crave, directed by Diedrich van Rooyen. Really bad version of Autopsy of Jane Doe, your standard run-of-the-mill Hollywood possession movie that doesn't follow any sort of rules. That movie fucking sucked. So, I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but it was rough.
She looks like Rita Ora.
I don't know what that means.
She's like discount Rita Ora.
Yeah.
She's not blonde. She's
Yeah.
not blonde. That's a bad picture.
Okay.
She has long black hair.
I can vouch for her. She is incredibly attractive. But
I
either
wouldn't
way,
fuck her, but she's cute.
are you quoting me?
Yes.
Who were we talking? Oh yeah, I was like,
It was a guy. That
we were
said
driving
that.
down the street
I
today, and
wouldn't do
I
him,
saw
though.
my friend Jordan, who's a personal trainer. I was like, "Oh, Lana, look, you'd like my friend Jordan. He's a personal trainer. He's hot." She's like, how's his face though?" I was like, "I don't know. I wouldn't fuck him, but." Either way, okay, moving on. So yeah, Possession of Hannah Grace just wasn't good. It was just like it's exactly, if you've heard anything about it, anyone who's seen it pretty much has the same feeling towards it. It is just like a not good version of
Better than
Talk to
Hellboy?
Jando. Yes.
That's
It's
the
always the possession of blah,
Hellboy's
blah,
more
blah.
Hellboy was actually more entertaining than this one, but yeah, I know, and I wanted to give you a heads up about it because I thought
I think I started trying to watch the Possession of Michael King one.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
did
yeah.
which
yeah.
was
What?
also really
I
bad.
know what you're
I
talking
watched
about.
that whole
It's-
movie. I did not
yeah,
like
it's
it.
it's Possession of so and so. There's
That
like
was
a
in, like-
whole bunch of them.
That was like 2011.
Yeah,
like
it
came
was
out a
not
long
good.
time. We still had video stores back then. And last thing, I'm going to pass off because I'll talk about with Lana. Today, I showed Lana, Bianca, and Andy sort of Terror Vision. I
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about this on episode 2 or 3 of the podcast. So I watched it like little under 3 years ago. This one has special effects by John Carl Buechler, rest in peace. That he passed away recently, and we talked about it on the show. Garrett Graham, who plays the father in Child's Play 2, is in the film, and he also plays Beef in Phantom of the Paradise. Diane Franklin from Bill and Ted, and she's also in Amityville 2. Mary Woronov, who is in Night of the Comet, which Erie International just did an episode on, so if you haven't listened to that, go listen to that. She was also in House of the Devil. But basically, the storyline of this movie is that family. It's a comedy horror from the 1986 family. A really exaggerated, goofy, ridiculous, wacky family buys a do-it-yourself satellite dish, which triggers a signal to another planet, and it basically transmit an alien species through their TV, poltergeist style. And they come out and wreak havoc on the family.
Hungry beast.
Yes, Hungry Beast.
Hungry
But
Beast.
amidst it all, you have the family. There's like the super 80s daughter who has like the 4 different colored hair, and it's like she put 6 cans of hairspray in her hair. So it's like Saved by the Bell looking daughter there. And then you have the father and the mom who
And the Holy Spirit.
They're swingers.
Swingers.
So the whole thing is about
Whoa.
Yes, that's
For that time, that's very forward thinking.
Did you hear what I said about it being a comedy horror? This is like a ridiculous movie. Like
Yeah.
you
It's
Crazy.
you would absolutely fucking love this movie.
It sounds like it.
This is a boozy movie.
I watched this movie back in the day when you first talked about it because
in the day.
I was so interested after you talked about it. So I've seen this movie.
It's similar to Killer Clowns.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is. It's similar. It's similar to Killer Clowns, but Killer Clowns is obviously better. But
It's
this
one of
is
the best
just.
movies of all time. Yeah.
But this is just a goofy movie. I don't know. I love it, despite it having some like pretty questionable homophobic lines. But like we were talking about today, those homophobic lines are spoken by a complete idiot, and he's known to be an idiot throughout the entire movie.
And it was 1986. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are you
but
gonna
it's still
Homophobia
like
didn't
there's
exist
that
back.
there's that certain stuff that just makes it go like, ooh, this doesn't age well. And some people probably won't watch it again because of stuff like that.
Well, he did say, I have to tell you about the facts of life.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
What did you think of Terror Vision, Lana?
I gave it 2 stars. I didn't like it.
Ooh. Oof.
I gave it 2 stars. I mean, it was fine.
Whoa, this is
but-
Letterboxd, right? So we're talking like 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. I like Killer Clowns a lot. I like that movie a lot. But this one, it was a little bit too long for me. And it's only an hour 25.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's long.
I thought it was going to be a home run for a group of people, but we were all pretty tired too, so I think like it did not get the uproar, the applause that I was expecting. Andy didn't really care for it. Bianca didn't watch most of it. That's why Diego was pointing at you guys if you're wondering why we're talking about you again.
I was
He
just
was-
saying, I was waiting for somebody to say something.
Yeah.
Listening.
But yeah.
You know what? That probably works on my scale. Is if most people hate it, I'll probably get enjoyment out
Boozy,
of it.
I promise you there's a 0% chance that you won't love it.
It
Okay.
just- the
You will love
characters,
this.
They're so over dramatic.
Yeah, it's
the best
like
part.
it's so like it.
Oh, a monster.
Yeah, it's
That's
What do
probably
we
what-
do?
That'd be my reaction.
no,
No,
it's
it's crazy. It's
they
crazy.
they made
It's
it
crazy.
intentionally bad. Like it's intentionally
Oh, I
over
love
the
that
top.
stuff.
Yeah.
And there's like, it's very strange, like character plot lines and
Yep.
things. It's very, very weird. Lots
Well,
of Confederate flags and shit.
Yeah, Confederate flags. And the reason the
Well, I mean,
parents...
you're probably used to that.
I love Crybaby, and there's so many Confederate flags in Crybaby. I watched it recently, and I was like, what the fuck?
What is Crybaby?
Crybaby is the Johnny Depp. It's his first movie ever.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's like a
that's what you're
musical?
yeah.
No, I meant it because she lives in America, not for any other reason.
Oh, Boston doesn't have Confederate flags.
See,
Really?
Saskatchewan does.
Nah.
There's a
Boston's
couple.
pretty racist, but on low key.
Like,
outwardly.
Saskatchewan
the-
has them because they're
the
still
flags are in
being
the
like,
basement.
but it's for Dukes of Hazzard.
They
No,
claim
Boston,
they're not. They claim they're not
Boston's
racist.
in
But
jobs. Yeah.
But
Like-
none of them have hair, so it's weird.
yeah.
What?
No, anyone who drives.
We have hair.
Yeah, but in Saskatchewan, anyone who has a Confederate flag on their truck usually has no hair, and they usually have a monster sticker as well.
Is that because they're like white nationalists?
Or the Calvin and Hobbes pissing thing.
Yeah.
Like they gotta piss
What?
on others.
Yeah.
Oh, is this not
On
a
a
thing?
Ford
No,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
not
Oh
a
yeah, that's a huge thing
And
in
the thing is, like,
Saskatchewan.
there's
I don't
also
know anything about
there's
it
also a
anyway.
lot of people who aren't quite racist, but they still have like a Confederate flag, and since they're being called racist, they're like, no, it's just because Dukes of Hazzard.
No,
that's
I have a
almost-
black friend.
That's almost as bad. Like,
Yeah.
we had a black president once.
And he was fine, I guess.
All right, so TerraVision didn't get the reaction I was expecting. I still recommend it for if you have a
The
group
monster
of
was cool.
a group of drunk friends
Mitch,
monster was
you're
nice.
so good at your job.
and you like those kinds of things. Watch that.
I'm 100%. He's so good at his
It's
job.
a really sexual movie.
It's very sexual.
I'm serious.
I
It's
love
really
that the
sexual.
reason the parents
They
are gone
watch
is
a lot of
because they're
porn.
trying to get other swingers to fuck them.
They really
it's
are.
hilarious.
And
just have
all
key
over
parties.
all over
Yeah.
their house is just like framed like BDSM like framed photos like of girls bent over and shit.
Yeah,
That's
weird.
no
whipped.
different than my house.
Weird trivia.
Ah.
I looked up the trivia of it on IMDb, and it actually said that the director scouted out what swingers' houses looked like and what
Yeah,
kind of
that makes
artwork
sense.
they had, and they
He
had
quote unquote scouted it out.
Yeah.
He didn't participate in anything at all.
Did they have a jacuzzi in their house too?
yes,
Just for
jacuzzis.
that
Jacuzzis
reason?
are a step one swinger thing.
Yeah,
It is. You
Love
need a
jacuzzis.
big hot tub or something like that.
I'm not a swinger, but I love jacuzzi.
because the jacuzzi is the icebreaker. Everyone gets in there, gets all warm and toasty. You have a glass of champagne or wine, and there you go.
Or it's like
you get
co-
half naked and like get in a
exactly,
hot
and you can be
water.
like, come over and hang out in our jacuzzi tonight.
Yeah,
We'll have some
half
drinks.
what now?
I was in a jacuzzi after prom.
prom.
I did not have sex in the jacuzzi, but
Hand
I
job.
did get in the jacuzzi.
I like how no one asked you. You're just like clarifying.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that wine's
I'm
going down
just-
real
We
smooth.
were just like,
Just gonna
okay, she's
say.
in a hot tub.
Isn't
and
that
you're
like
just I didn't
super
do anything.
unhygienic? 'Cause
Yeah.
banging in a hot tub. Yeah,
Yeah.
it could kill you.
Yeah, it's really
Can it
bad.
kill you?
Kill women. Yeah.
Yeah.
They could get the black plague or whatever it is.
You shouldn't bang in a hot tub. You can bang in a pool though.
No.
What about the chlorine?
I've banged in a pool. I'm fine.
Okay.
We learned something new today.
Just
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
See, we taught you about modern
Wow,
art.
I'm spilling.
You
things
told
out
us you
on
can
this.
fuck in a pool.
You can fuck in a pool. You're
How
gonna
much
be
of that
fine.
wine does she drink now?
We're kidding. Drink up.
Lana, sit down.
drink the truth serum.
All right.
Have none of you had sex in a pool?
I've never
No
had sex in a
comment.
pool. I've done something else, but
What? Something
Play
else.
Monopoly.
What else could you do in a pool? Interesting.
I
Did you get a
kissed
hand
Justin
job in a
Bruce.
pool?
Aw.
Oh, that was-
cute.
no.
He's
Oh,
very
that was at my
kissable,
birthday.
though.
He is, yeah. I've
He's
kissed
very
Justin Bruce an amazing
Very
amount of
kissable
times.
guy.
Yeah.
Eric
he?
Hepp kissed me on the cheek last night, and nobody saw it.
I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah, Lana, could you guess that Lana was into Eric? Probably.
I wasn't into it.
Everyone's
but he's
into
a
Everyone's
cutie
into
pie.
Eric.
He's a handsome, nice guy with
Also,
a big
Brady,
dick.
really handsome.
I told you.
He's married.
yeah,
yeah.
but he's handsome.
You stay away from me.
This is all inside jokes, but
I
I've
have been
always
with
said
someone for
that
8 years. I can admit when people are attractive, though.
I've always said that Brady is one of my most fuckable
Yeah,
friends.
he told me he was fuckable.
What do you say about me?
Don't go near those pots. Don't go yonder.
What?
Hey, don't go yonder there.
Don't go down that there road.
Yeah.
Brady has
That's
blue
so fun.
eyes, and I'm a sucker for blue eyes. I gotta say.
Okay, so Lana, did you watch any other horror movies?
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah,
who
yeah.
else was?
The things that I've watched.
Let's hear it. Speak up in the mic and tell us about the horror movies you watched.
Okay, so Under the Skin I watched for the first time 2 weeks ago, according to Letterboxd.
Weird, because we just talked about that today.
I know we just talked about it today, but I told you I watched it recently, which I really liked. Child's Play, which I also saw 2 weeks ago, the remake, which I loved a lot.
On a scale of 1 to Chucky, can I borrow $5? I lost what I was gonna say.
What?
Let's try and just keep this somewhat on track.
To be honest, Chucky is not my favorite.
Oh.
Child's Play isn't my favorite.
So, have you seen the original though?
Yeah, of course. But I saw the most recent one.
Cult?
Yeah.
Cult is fucking
Is it
terrible.
Cult?
I love Cult.
I thought it was terrible.
Yeah.
I fucking thought it was horrible.
You guys are not high class enough.
It's straight up
It's
garbage.
like so garbage.
Where do you keep getting cold ones from?
It's
My
trash.
fridge. You?
I keep taking the ones out of the box. They're warm.
Well, go grab a cold one.
Why wouldn't you get them from the fridge?
I didn't see any in the fridge.
Oh. I watched District 9.
For the first time?
yes.
Yep, for the first time.
What'd you think?
1 week ago. I gave it a 3.5.
The first time I watched that movie, was also the first time I had a pop brownie.
I gotta say, it's pretty emotional. Movie.
Yeah. Oh, fuck
There's
yeah.
a lot
I
of
tried
heart in that.
watching it fucking stoned.
And also super political.
Let's hear Diego's story one more time about District 9.
So the first time I watched District 9, I also had a pop brownie, and I didn't know I wasn't supposed to eat the whole thing, but I ate the whole thing. Halfway through the movie, I started panicking because I thought it was real, because the documentary style. And so my mom's job is like she deals with the immigrants and stuff, or something like that. I don't know fully. But I remember telling her, I was like, we gotta save these, like we gotta help these guys out.
We gotta do something.
We gotta do something about
save
the prawns,
these
yeah.
aliens, dude. Yeah.
And luckily, thankfully, since I'm just a fucking weirdo, she was none the wiser. And then I went to brush my teeth, and I couldn't tell if the water was on for 10 seconds or 10 minutes.
Oh, you had a trip.
Yeah. But also a good movie.
Well, so I had a trip too because I watched District 9 and I meant to watch Session 9.
Oh,
really?
Holy shit. Yo, what a surprise that
Both
was.
are really good movies.
So I was sick. I was really on
Did
a
you hear
high.
She meant to watch Session 9, but you watched District 9.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, I don't think this is the movie, but I
Both are
I
awesome
just kept
movies.
going with it because I was like, well,
good.
whatever, it's on now.
Yeah.
And I was too sick to change it.
Is that like that time when I told you to watch Isolation and you got a different Isolation?
I got
You're
the
like,
shitty
Yeah, and you're like,
Isolation.
I don't
Think
think
you
this is
watched
the same
Ice
thing.
Age?
No, it's called Isolation, but it was made in a totally different year. It's fine. That was a horrible movie. I was like, I don't think this is it, dude. I loved Isolation, like the one I was supposed to watch, though. And I got my money back for renting the wrong
Okay, good.
Isolation. Because I'm a bitch. And I said, give me my fucking money back.
Give me my fucking money.
Yeah, but I did like District 9 a lot. I liked the whole message of it, and it was pretty gruesome, actually. And then I watched Midsummer, obviously. I went to see that one by myself, and I had a fantastic time.
Let's hear about it.
Do you go to a lot of movies yourself?
I do. It's like my favorite hobby, actually.
Oh, so you actually like enjoy the...
Yeah.
Do you ever get stuck with a bunch of other people?
No.
No?
Nope.
That's
You
why
always-
anytime I go by myself, I always make sure to get like a seat where no one's gonna sit by me. Like
Like
when I
the
saw
corners?
like when I saw Child's Play, you know how they have like their double seats?
I did that
I-
too.
I picked one of those because
Oh,
I was
me
like,
too.
if somebody sits by me, they're fucking weird, and I'll just move on my own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me
So-
too. Yeah, none of my friends back home really like horror movies, so I'm kind of the only one.
What was the first? This is a weird question, maybe for all of you actually. What was the first movie you watched, like in theaters, where you decided, fuck it, I'm gonna watch it by myself?
Gold member.
Holy
I
shit!
told that story.
Okay, that sounds vaguely-
God.
It was when my parents got divorced.
Yeah.
I moved and I didn't have any friends, and then
Okay.
I ended up sitting in front. The entire row behind me was all the kids from my old block that used to play.
Oh, I
If
remember
all their
this.
families
that
were still
sounds familiar
together.
Now, yeah. What about you?
I don't know.
No.
No, I
You've
haven't.
seen so many by yourself.
Yeah,
you don't
I
remember. I don't
really
even mean that
have.
as an insult. Like, it
No, it's
sounds
not an
condescending,
insult.
but I don't mean it condescending.
I can't remember the first one that I saw by myself, but I remember, this is what I remember from it. I don't remember the movie that I saw, but I remember that I noticed that there were a lot of other people by themselves as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's people do, like movie reviewers go do it. They have to. It's their job.
And I was like, oh, I don't feel so alone. Like,
Yeah.
I feel great. So then it became a hobby.
I think that's the dream. If you can get into a theater and it's like
Absolutely.
not noisy, not annoying people, and you can just sit and actually enjoy a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine was, I think it was the 4th time I saw Cloverfield. No one would want to come with me, and I just went again.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Mine was more recent. Like the first time I went to a movie by myself was more recent than you guys. The first movie I saw by myself was Captain America: Civil War.
Oh,
Oh,
so
really?
Good.
Yeah, because everyone else had
It's
seen it.
so
yeah,
good.
but everyone else, all my friends had already seen it before. Because I don't know. I think
We hung out that day, I think, afterwards.
Yeah, I think I came over after or something.
Yeah.
Everyone else had seen it already, and I was like, "Fuck it, I can't wait
No.
till it comes out on Blu-ray or something. I'm gonna go by myself," and it was amazing.
It's so good.
And I saw Happy Death Day by myself on Halloween.
Fuck yeah,
'Cause
dude.
I had a fight
oh,
with
wait,
my
I
parents.
remember this. Yeah, I remember this.
Because you had what?
We're breaking up.
I had a fight with my parents.
Yeah. And And I remember you saying, I'm going to go. And
Yep.
I was like,
I was
fuck
like,
yeah,
I'm
dude.
gonna watch this movie by myself.
Hell
Also,
yeah.
I need to bring up, I watched this really good movie called We Go On.
Oh,
Have you guys ever seen it?
No, I've always seen the poster, but I've never actually watched it. But I have heard people say
It
good things.
was a trip, dude. I was like, I don't know if I'm stable enough to watch this. It was weird. It's really deep. It's about a guy that's just like very interested in death. So he like goes on and tries to find all of these, not psychics, but like kind of psychics to see if he can like reach another level of life without actually having to die.
Yeah.
And he's just so interested in like not being in his present moment. And then the whole movie is about like his mom and his dad and like the girl that he's seeing, and it's like it's serious and it's kind of emotional. I was into it.
I heard about this movie. I just looked it up here.
It was really good. It's slow paced, but the ending is very satisfying.
Okay.
Cool.
And it's a creepy fucking movie because he does all these weird, he does these like interactions with ghosts and stuff to try to like reach another level of consciousness. It's very creepy. It's good.
Sweet.
Yeah, check it out.
Is this new?
No, I
Couple
think
years.
it's
2016.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say 2013. Wrong.
Good year.
Wrong.
What, 2016?
Yeah.
That was a good year.
It was a good year.
That's the good year of our lives.
It was a horrible year for me.
Summer 16.
Summer
Summer
16 was bad for you.
Oh.
Well, we had some good times, though.
we had amazing. Like, it was good. I just lost my mind.
Yeah, he really did. That was when I lived with Mitch.
Oh yeah,
and
those were the
I got to see the
years.
downfall of
But
everything.
my downfall is like an upper.
I just want to give you a hug. It's fine. It's
No,
gonna
it
be
was
okay.
it was like just I got years and years of being a teenager out of my system.
Yeah.
We did
On
have
a
a good
short
summer,
period
though.
of time.
And that's why I love there's that meme where it's like the roller coaster and it's like summer 16 at the top and then everything else.
No, it was an unreal summer. It was
Yeah.
just like I was fucking a mess.
Yeah.
But okay, all right. Well, we have one last thing. Let's talk about Diego, Lana, Andy, Bianca, Courtney, and Eric and myself went to an escape room last
Yeah,
night. It was
fuck
my
you,
first
Boozy.
escape room. It was Lana's first escape room,
My second.
and Diego had done two. Andy and Bianca had done the Saw escape room before, like
So
2
jealous
weeks ago.
still.
So
In Vegas.
yeah. So what did you guys think about it? We went to Escape City in Saskatoon.
So we can't spoil too much
Not
in
gonna
case
spoil a
people
thing.
who do listen to. I know, but you know what I mean.
So we did
So,
the Magical Emporium.
Keller's Magical Emporium.
Yeah.
That's one we did. The one. So I have been to Escape City before, and I did the cabin one. And while the cabin one was aesthetically super cool, Keller's was 100 times more fun because it wasn't painfully hard to figure things out. Like it was Keller's. Okay, so it was challenging, but like we all figured shit out with
Bianca.
figured something out before the tutorial was done.
Yeah, our
Before the
tutorial was
timer
going,
even
and
started.
Bianca had found a key.
Yeah, but like the cabin one I did was like, I've never felt so dumb in my life. But also at the same time, because I did it with my family on my mom's birthday. That's when you guys
Yeah,
recorded that one
your
episode.
Mima.
And we probably used like 20 hints, just because. And whenever they were like, okay, well, have you ever thought about doing this? Never in a fucking 100 years would I think about half of the shit the guy was talking about. And Keller's Magical Emporium was awesome. No, it's hard to talk about without spoiling it, but no,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. I loved the decorations in the room. I love how the puzzles were complex, but not so complex they were impossible to figure out. We only used 2 hints,
Two
and the
hints.
one hint at the end was more of a.
We-
We barely needed it.
What annoyed me about that is that's what I said,
I
but we had
know.
7 people in the room and no one was fucking listening to me. I was just like, it's all, like, I'm not going to give it away, but
I was listening to you, but
Courtney was in charge of the key and she never fucking listens. She never listens. But no, I had a
it's
blast.
gonna be okay.
I want to go again. I want to go to all the
I
escape
want to
rooms in
go to all the ones in
Saskatoon.
the city now,
Yeah.
especially the one Brady was talking about today, the Asylum and
Yeah.
the Escape Manor. Yeah,
Yeah, that's going to be a thing for me from now on. I think that I'm going to want to do at least
and
one of those like a
Boozy's
month.
got to come next time.
I legit never want to do another one ever again.
You
Really?
never want to do another one?
No, I had a really good time, but I also felt so dumb, and I was like, I know nothing about.
But you
this.
figured some shit out, didn't you?
No, I don't
Oh.
think so.
I
I'm
think
not a
you did.
good puzzle solver. I told you. I'm
Andy,
not
what's the
good at
verdict on
puzzles.
escape rooms? Oh,
It's great.
yeah, it's great. It's
It's
spitzy.
spitzy.
I was glad to go with you guys, but I would never go with anyone else back home.
Okay. Well,
That's
but
sad.
I enjoyed the experience.
Mhm.
it was fun.
I
was a lot
crossed
of
it
fun.
off my bucket list. I don't need to do it again.
But it's just cool, like how like Because I remember before escape rooms were like a big fad, I used to play like escape room flash games on like Newgrounds and shit all the time. And I never in a million years would I think that it would become like an actual thing, let alone a huge fucking market. So
No doubt, it's huge
And
now.
like Saskatoon has like what, 5?
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy. And like,
It's a fun thing to do with friends.
yeah, and like without spoiling too much, like the laser thing, that was one of the coolest fucking things ever.
That was pretty
Especially
unreal.
when Bianca, like we were about to hit the hint, and Bianca's like, no, and we looked up and they're like,
The reason she found it is because she was trying to stop you from
Yeah,
hitting
I know.
the hint button. That was amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I loved it, and I thought I sucked, but I'm looking forward to trying it again because I'm
You're
a
a better
competitive.
man than I am.
I would hope so. All right,
now we want to watch Escape Room the movie.
Yeah,
It's
same.
good. It's a good piece of filth. Like
Okay.
it's good, but it's kind of dumb.
Dude,
but
I
it's
love
really
that
dumb.
movie.
Yeah, it's good.
I was so entertained.
Would
I
you say
hate-
it's stupid?
No, I don't think
It
it's
is stupid.
I don't think it's
so
stupid.
the ending was pretty stupid.
Yeah, the ending was stupid.
The ending is stupid.
I just did that to trigger Audie.
Yeah.
The ending fucking sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you guys like to get on to some news?
Yes.
Lana, would you do the honors, please?
Hit me with the motherfucking news boost.
Say which chest.
Hey, welcome to Wacky Boozy News Hour.
That was so good.
I
Yeah.
was like, you should have kept going to that. That sounded exactly like Anthony Buziak.
That's how I
I'm-
always talk.
I'm doing news today,
Beautiful.
folks. All right. So first off, rest in peace to legendary actor Rip
Sailor
Torn,
Dan.
Rip.
who played Zed in Men in Black 1 and 2. He was also in The Beastmaster and in RoboCop 3. But most importantly, he was in Freddy Got Fingered
Dodgeball.
in Dodgeball.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought you were going to say.
But correct me and Andy and Bianca and Courtney if we were wrong, but did he not die years ago? Like when they announced it last night, I was like, I thought Rip Torn died years ago.
There was a Twitter page I was actually following, and that's how I found out because I decided to check it tonight, called Rip Torn Has Outlived. And then they always post a newest person who died. And then that night, it said Rip Torn Has Outlived, ... And I was like, wait. So I looked it up, and yeah, Rip Torn died.
That's crazy. Well, he was 88 years old, and he apparently passed away peacefully in his home or his cabin or something like that. So,
Or something like
sorry, I know. Hey, it's better than sometimes we go, rest in peace to this person. And then we can
Insert
tell that
joke
some
here.
of us don't know who the person is.
Yeah.
We're like, moving on. But no, rest in peace, Rip Torn. He was hilarious, especially, and he was funny in Jackass.
I drink my own urine because it's sterile and I like the taste.
Is it necessary for me to drink my own urine? Okay. And the Soska sisters were
Ooh, they
banned
kissed you
from.
guys.
They did?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they kissed me.
Yeah.
I thought they kissed you both.
The Soska sisters were banned from Twitter for posting images of their upcoming remake of David Cronenberg's Rabbit.
Why? Because it was just graphic?
Yeah. Something like that.
That's too
Was it
bad.
tits?
No blood.
No, it's blood.
Oh.
You don't get banned for tits, apparently.
Oh.
A fan-made Stranger Things anime by Octopi hit YouTube, which is a recap of the first 2 seasons. So it's like, it's titled "If Stranger Things Was an 80s Anime." So you can look that up on YouTube. I think it's a minute and 51 seconds long, and it's awesome.
Is that legal? Like, is it like an actual anime or with
Yeah.
like the licensing? Or did they do
A
like
fan did
did they
it.
do like a Flash animation?
Fan made.
I know nothing about anime, but I will say that it looked really cool. And if they were to ever do a spin-off Stranger Things in anime form, I would 100% watch it.
They did that of Supernatural once.
But we don't care about
I
Supernatural.
know. Well, I
do.
used to, but the anime was fucking horrible. I have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
If you want to borrow it.
Orion Pictures is partnering with the producer of It to make a horror film centered around the Momo Challenge.
And I was wondering how long that was going to take.
Ew.
It's honestly a bit later than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, well, we're getting
Ew.
in Magic 8-Ball movies, so nothing is sacred these days.
No, I think it's on par because this isn't like a Slender Man thing where it came out like way later. Like this is still kind of in like social rhetoric.
Oh, you mean like Magic
gonna
8-Balls
suck.
It's gonna
are
be
pretty
terrible.
recent?
And my only
Yeah, but like
only thing
Momo
is-
was fairly recent.
My only
Yeah.
thing is, I just hope that they I just spat. I hope that they give credit to the actual artist who made the original.
You're like the
original
Momo
sculpture.
bird?
Yeah, well, it was like it was a Japanese artist who made. I don't remember her name or why she made it, but it was an art piece. And then someone just took the picture of the face and were like, "Oh, this is Momo."
It just looks like Michael Jackson.
Rest
No,
in
it
peace.
doesn't. Does
It does.
it?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
A little bit.
Post-op.
Yeah,
Last,
like dead. Michael.
last but not least, it's a short news week. I just want to make sure we touched on a few things in news, and I want to make sure Lana had the chance to get hit with the motherfucking news. The
Thank you.
Joker, upcoming Joker movie isn't going to follow any storyline that we have been exposed to yet. It's totally original, and it's just of the character's origin. So it's
I'm
not based on any
really
comic
excited.
books. And apparently that's pissing a lot of people off. I personally think that's
I
better.
think that's a good idea.
That's way
'Cause
better.
there's less expect-
Why
there
are
should
people
be-
pissed off about that?
Because they're like, why didn't you do the killing joke? Why didn't you do Brian Azzarello's Joker?
I feel like you're fucked either way, because if you do something that already is an original property, then people are going to go, it's not like a comic book, it's
Yeah.
not like...
There's people who are just going to be pissed no matter what happens.
I will say that I finally saw a trailer, and unfortunately, I'm going to see it because it looks really good.
It looks
It looks-
amazing.
It looks really fucking good.
Looks so fucking good. Yeah, that's all I got for news. So we can
Joaquin
get on to
Phoenix.
our main... do you guys have anything for news?
No.
Did you have your hand up?
Nope.
Nope, I got nothing.
We're moving on to our main feature topic conversation, which is going to be on Alexandra Aja's Crawl.
The state of Florida has issued a Category 5 hurricane warning. All residents must evacuate immediately. Grab your families, your loved ones, and get out.
Dad!
We won't be able to come for you.
Dad!
Welcome to our main feature presentation, in which we will be discussing Alexandra Aja's Crawl. So Crawl is the latest alligator. I always say crocodile, but
Different.
There's a difference.
And isn't the difference in their snout?
Yes.
Okay.
And they're
In their cute little snoots.
crocodiles are also smaller, I think.
Yeah, and caimans are large.
a young woman, while attempting to save her father during a Category 5 hurricane, finds herself trapped in a flooding house and must fight for her life against alligators. So, plural there. We're going to talk about spoilers. Should we just spoiler right from the
Right
beginning
now,
like we
yeah.
always do?
Well,
We always have this conversation. Let's just get out of the way that we just talk freely. We don't have to do the spoiler warnings
And it's
anymore.
like what I said when we talked about Midsummer. A lot of people who do listen to our podcast,
Diego, it came out today.
yeah, but they could save the episode.
Yeah, like
no,
it came
if they're
out today.
diehard fans of movies, they'll go see it today or
I like how
tomorrow.
I'm the one who takes shit for saying shit like that, but you say it the most.
Yeah, this is the
But
first
it's
time
because you're never on the show.
and this is also the first time I've drank on this show in a long time.
Yeah.
So.
I'm going to spoil it.
Yeah, okay, so spoilers. But, okay, so I'm going to say, because it comes as no surprise, we're going to get on with the show, and I don't know if you care about this. This is still in a spoiler-free territory. I will get on with more points, but I fucking loved this movie, and I'm telling everyone to go see it.
Same.
I'm going to start talking about the movie. I don't know if you guys want to blow your load that quickly. I just want to get out of the way because I want people to go see it, because we went to a movie tonight that had 10 people in it.
Man, you couldn't handle like waiting to tell everyone, hey? Like,
No.
It crawled out of you.
I loved it. I loved it so much.
I'm bleeding, but I'll blow my load.
Oh my god!
Okay, so
Writing
Lana,
that down.
Lana
Holy
calls it
shit.
the red hole. You
No,
say you're
the
a bleeding hole.
along the Red River.
Yes.
I'm
okay.
That
kayaking
means
along the Red River.
period.
Yes.
I
Which-
think people got it.
Diego used to call it the dirty bloods.
The dirty bloods, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally the blood in your body that
We're
your
gonna talk
body's
about
trying to get
crawl.
rid of.
We're going to talk about
We're going to talk about crocodiles or
Which has a lot of
alligators.
blood.
Jesus, I did it again.
a lot of blood.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood. So we're going to talk about spoilers now. All right. So this is a movie that's starring Kaya Scodelario. Say it.
Kaya
Ka-
Scaladerio.
There we go. I'm so bad with names. That's insane. And Barry Pepper plays her father.
Barry Pepper.
Yeah, the only
Very easy name.
Yeah, Barry Pepper is famous for like movies like Saving Private Ryan and the Coen Brothers remake of True Grit, The Green Mile, and I actually know him from a movie where he plays Roger Maris in 61.
I love True Grit.
Yeah, True Grit's great.
Really good movie.
He was also in Monster Trucks.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I forgot that movie was a thing.
Yeah,
I want
and
to
he
watch
was-
it now.
Yeah,
you know
me
what's
too.
funny is, you know who I met in Universal Studios, Jensen?
Jensen, yeah.
You know his partner on the podcast, Get Up On This?
Is he in that?
He wrote Monster Trucks.
Oh.
And now he's writing the next Edge of Tomorrow movie. But he's a really good writer, and like apparently that movie is amazing for kids.
I guess, like,
It's a
yeah,
kid's
that's
movie.
the thing. Like, if it's a kids movie and, like, I guess with Edge of Tomorrow, he has a bit more to work with. It's not like a brand new idea.
And it's like Edge of Tomorrow is like his favorite movie of the last 20 years. So I'm excited about it. I'm sorry. Let's talk about Krull. So yeah, this was directed by Alexander Aja, who has done movies like he did the High Tension, or what do they call? Is it High Tension in France too?
It's haute tension.
Haute Tension. Fictic.
I don't speak French.
Yeah, why did you ask him?
I don't know, because Andy's always got the proper enunciations. I think he pays attention to that stuff because he wouldn't appreciate if people were misrepresenting him.
Yes.
He's cultured.
All right, yeah, but Alexander Aja also was the producer on Piranha 3D, the Maniac remake. He also directed Piranha 3D, and he also most importantly though, I would say The Hills Have Eyes. Like the remake of The Hills Have Eyes is what he's really known for.
Which is one of the best remakes.
I think it is the best remake. Like it's for pretty fucking.
It's a horrifying.
That movie makes me sick.
Yeah, it's amazing. But I really like Alexander Aja. He also directed the Joe Hill's adaptation of Horns.
I get the dry heaves when I see Hills Have Eyes.
When you see Hills Have Eyes,
The remake?
Yeah.
I get the dirty
Dry
bloods.
heaves, you know.
Yeah, I get the Red River flowing from. We're trying to kill fruit flies.
Yeah, if you keep hearing clapping, Lana's being a maniac and slapping the
That was the first time I clapped.
She's thunderclapping.
Okay, so this, and I apologize because it's partly my fault, but this has been the most all over the place intro
It's
into
not
a
your
main
fault.
feature.
Sorry.
But this is a movie we've been excited for. We've talked about it on the podcast lots.
We were excited as soon as the trailer came out, as soon as we heard about it.
I remember when I heard about it, when they announced, because Alexander Aja, I think he talked about it on Postmortem. I think that's where he heard about it, and then Bloody Disgusting wrote an article about it. I tagged Boozy in it, and I said, look, someone made a movie for us.
And then I saw you tag him in it, and I was like, nobody tagged me, but I'm going to watch this anyway.
Well, it's because like, you
Yeah, that's
you
fucked
tend,
up, man.
You tend to like these movies, but they're not your like.
They usually are my bread and butter.
Yeah,
but,
this is like me and Boozy
but I remember I
bonded
did
over
watch the
this shit.
trailer, and then I brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the trailer was great. We were really into it, and we've
been
Well,
waiting.
and
we
plus-
like
and plus-
crocodile movies. Alligator, Jesus.
And plus, even though he didn't direct it, anytime Sam Raimi, his name is attached to anything, I'm always like, I'm automatically interested.
Yeah, except Spider-Man 3.
I liked that movie for
No,
what it
you
was.
don't.
I like. It's pizza time.
Watch it again. Okay, so I already shared my thoughts. I'm going to go in depth about it, but let's go around. Let's start with Lana. Lana, what did?
Sorry, not to completely get you off, but like,
yeah, fuck off.
this is Mitchell and myself's favorite kind of
Aw.
movie.
Nature
Cute.
Gone Wild.
It's a nature run amok, I believe, is what Mitch called it.
Yeah, it
so
started off with Jaws.
Yeah.
Like that's the one that kicked it all off. But then we really realized, like, it's like you don't get a whole lot of quality versions of
No.
these movies. So
Roar.
we even like the shittier ones. But every time a semi-good one comes along, it's all of a sudden amazing. Like, even if it's just okay, we get so few of these. Like, there's so many of them, but so few quality ones that even, like, I don't know. I wouldn't say Rogue is an amazing movie, but I really love it.
I love Rogue.
I love it.
What about Roar?
Okay, Roar is like a completely different beast. No pun intended.
Yeah.
But Roar is a completely different beast. But then even I know, like, for my 9th birthday, my dad asked me, like, what do you want to do? I said, I want to see Lake Placid. Like, that's all I wanted to do was see Lake Placid. And my dad took me to it. We had, like, it's totally not his kind of movie, and we had such a good time. I have a real big soft spot in my heart for that movie.
Fine, I dig. This is where I tell you to
Yeah,
suck it.
and I don't know. I've been that weirdo that whenever I like don't have something to talk about with someone, I say, "What would you rather do? Fight a bear or an alligator?" Like, you know, those types of situations. And everybody who I've talked to has said that the one that they don't want to go up against is a gator. And
I'd rather fight a gator than a bear.
Yeah, 100%.
we can get into the semantics of this whole thing.
I
because
will never fight a bear.
Never.
Yeah.
I will never go near a bear. I would rather, because gators have proven weak points, where bears are just. I've said this before. They're Buicks with teeth.
I know Buicks.
Buicks with teeth.
I know people who have had like interactions with bears, and they're like, they're not as bad as you guys think they
Well,
are.
it depends
I'm
on
like,
what kind of bear.
I think it just depends the situation. That's the thing that's so amazing about animals is it's completely different with every single one, and you have no idea how it's going to work out. And that's why I'm attracted to these movies, and especially
I'm attracted to you.
coming from Canada, like being someone who likes going camping and everything. Obviously, bears scare me. I'm not exposed to alligators, so by proxy, they're not my number one fear. But by watching these movies and even watching tonight, I'm like, fuck, can they tear shit up?
Yeah, we haven't
even though it's a
seen
little
them.
exaggerated.
I just wanna-
We're aware of how terrifying they are.
And the thing is, too, like, even though it's proven fact and it's like just a known thing, this before I get into what I think about the movie, this movie reminded me, crocodile or alligators and crocodiles, they're just fucking dinosaurs.
They are.
They literally are just dinosaurs that are still alive.
They've evolved
Swimming
the
dinosaurs.
least since the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they're fucking like these things move quite faster than normal alligators.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I don't know everything about them.
I've seen
No,
an alligator
alligators are
run.
very fast.
Can they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they run really fast, but they're not good at if you serpentine. They're not good at changing directions.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of like sharks. Like it's well known that sharks don't just attack people for the sake of attacking
Yeah.
people. You have to actually do something to.
Alligators
they'll
like
nibble
to
you.
attack.
Be
people.
bleeding. You
Am I wrong?
No, alligators like to eat. people.
Alligator-
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said sharks.
No,
No,
sharks
sharks will nibble
Yeah,
on
if,
people.
if you have the dirty
Sharks
bloods, though,
don't
don't go
prefer-
in the water.
Okay,
Yeah.
but sharks won't.
I got
Sharks
the
won't.
dirty bloods.
That's the thing is sharks won't hop up onto land.
No.
No.
And that's and I've seen enough video. I've seen a lot of videos actually because of Tom Green. He, for some reason,
They
on his
will.
show, he always showed footage of animals killing other animals, and he was always eating while he's watching it.
That's weird.
That was just a thing that he did.
It sounds about right.
Yeah, but the most as soon
You're
as I
like
think
a
of,
Tom Green historian.
oh, dude, I love Tom Green. I love him so much. But if that's the thing is that I've seen so many videos of alligators just chilling in the water and then just pouncing and fucking. It's just
They're living
over.
bear traps.
I think they're
Yeah.
super predators.
And they do that. They're apex predators.
predators.
Apex
Yeah,
predators.
They do
But
that-
they do the
gator roll.
twirly
The
thing.
gator roll.
The gator roll.
But
Everyone
also
do
sharks
the donkey
will-
roll.
Sharks will also hop up on land if they're seals.
Yeah, but then they get fucked up.
No, they don't. They'll just
Yeah,
eat
I'll
you.
come and hit it with a club.
They'll just eat you.
So
I would know.
either way, clearly we're a little
Okay.
passionate about talking about animals, but Boozy,
Where I'm from, a lot of people eat. Like a lot of
Hey,
people get eaten
hey,
by sharks.
Hey,
Hi. Sorry.
Hey.
why do you like animal movies? Nature run amok movies.
because animals are not true villains in any movie.
No,
You-
there's animals being animals.
They're animals being animals, and that's the craziest part about anything. Because you can be like, why you can delve deep into like why is a killer killing somebody, but you can never explain why an animal does it because it's just
Just
what they know.
It's instinct.
Yeah, it's instinct, and
Yeah.
that's what makes them so interesting because they're unpredictable.
I agree.
Well,
That's what you just said it better. I took 5 minutes to say that.
we had a lot of other things going on.
I also like the dichotomy between the two because humans are also animals. so,
Dichotomy is a big word. You're going to have to explain that to me.
it just means like relationship
Okay.
between. I like the relationship between the animal and the human because we're also animals. So like our instinct is also to defend ourselves just like animals are. So I like these movies because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're inferior beings in a lot of ways. We have
I
the
don't
brains.
think that's true. I don't think that's true. I just think we're not as strong.
Yeah, we don't
Just-
have, we're inferior in the physical department.
Yeah.
But we can make guns.
Yeah.
So fuck
And like we
lions.
have shovels and
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Lana, what did you think of Crawl?
I loved Crawl. I had a really good time watching
Were you
Crawl.
excited before going into?
I
were you-
was,
okay.
yeah. I was planning to see it actually. I was planning
Okay.
to see it. I was going to have a alone day, take
And
myself
you
on a
had
date.
you had seen the trailer
Crawl.
beforehand.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
was really excited.
Okay,
about
so
it.
you were like
Yeah.
you were pumped up, right?
I
then.
was.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really excited, and I didn't know I was going to come to Canada.
Canada.
Then, oh, did I have an accent there?
A little bit, actually.
Go
Canada.
to Canada with the firefighters.
Yeah, I didn't know I was going
With
to
the
Canada with
Wahlbergs.
firefighters and the Wahlbergs. But I was really excited when he told me he got tickets.
So better than expected. Like where are we hitting? Because you're like you really liked it.
I
Like
felt
where are
like
we
it
hitting
met-
on this?
It met my expectations.
Just
Yeah.
met it.
Yeah, just met my
Okay.
expectations. I don't think it exceeded my expectations because I thought it was going to be great anyway.
Okay, so like hypothetically, at the end of the year, your top 10 is this anywhere on chart?
Oh, I don't know. I
See,
have to
most
think- I have to
people,
think
it's
about
only
that.
us that do that.
Yeah, I have to think about that.
Most
I don't
people
know.
wait until the end of the
no,
year
that's like
to.
I feel like that's a good barometer though. If you
Yeah.
can be like, is that the top 10 of this genre that you liked it this year? You can be like, you know what, that could be in consideration. Like,
Out of all the horror movies I've seen this year, I've enjoyed this movie the most.
Oh, I like Midsummer more, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
And it's a completely different kind of movie,
Yeah,
too.
totally.
That's what's so cool about it.
I'm
Diego.
Diego. I'm looking at you. Tell me about it.
Exceeded my expectations way more than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Like, I figured that I was going to enjoy the movie, but I didn't think it was going to be that good. Like, to the point where even, like, there were jump scares that made me jump. There were moments that made me me and Mitch at the same time.
It started out cheap
Yeah, yeah.
because they were doing the loud noises thing
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time they came on screen, but then there's 80 of those moments in this movie.
Spoiler, the stair scene, the very first
Yeah.
time that comes out.
I fucking
I jumped.
Holy fuck. Yeah, I jumped so
I
hard.
think our whole road. Andy, did you jump? I don't know if I saw you jump.
Do you still have a
Can I
pulse?
jump, Uzi? No.
No.
Oh, sorry. Maybe that was like the reverbs from me jumping, because like I fucking jump.
Andy doesn't even have a pulse.
Everyone,
Andy's biggest
I think everyone but Ani jump because I saw Bianca jump and I saw you jump.
Oh, I jumped.
He's
fucking
cool
hard.
as a cucumber
He
because we
is.
actually held hands for a little while at the start of the movie.
I saw that.
And like
No one held my hand.
you didn't ask.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
But, and there was a scene, without spoilers yet, that involved an arm when me and Mitch both at the same
threw our
time
hands
went
up.
like, "Holy shit!"
We're
like,
talking about spoilers, so yeah, I guess just yeah.
yeah, no, this movie, it was gorier than I thought it was going to be. It was more tense than I thought it was going to be. It had more ridiculous moments than I thought it was going to have.
Way more.
Yeah, but I fucking loved it. Like, this is definitely going to be my top 10. Like, it's in, like, top 3 right now. Like,
It's the type of things, like, I don't know if it's a Canadian, like, because I get that you like it. I'm super happy you liked it, but from the people I've talked to across, like, all of the people we've met through this, it seems like these types of movies, for whatever reasons, us Canadians get really excited about them. Everyone's like, they were good. It's fine.
Well, it's spitzy, according to Andy.
Yeah, Andy said it was spitzy.
Yeah,
so it
but
works.
on a scale of spitzy to Schwipschwap,
So-
spitzy's good.
No, but okay. So since we're including Andy on this podcast, Andy, you thought that
come
yeah,
closer
come
for
over
this.
here. You thought that 47 Meters Down was an okay movie, and that's okay, and I agree
Yeah.
with you. So this was better than 47 Meters Down.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed this way much more. Way much more is
Yeah.
not good English, but yeah, I enjoyed it way more than 47 Meters
So
Down.
is 47 Meters down the Schwipschwap version?
Don't say it. Don't say it's.
We're not explaining. There's so many inside jokes going on here. Spezi is a type of cola in Germany, but now we use it for as a term of expression.
It's a
term
level
of
of good
endearment.
but what your inflection by saying it.
Andy, give us your quick rundown on the film, and then you can just join this part of the conversation.
It's a great. It's not a B movie, but it's a great B kind of B movie. It's
what people think would be a B movie.
Effects are good for the most time. It's not too long, and it doesn't like overstay its welcome or spend too much time on things that you're not interested in. It gets pretty much right to the point, and then it doesn't let up till the end.
Yeah. It's not like Pet Sematary where it's like build up and build up and build up, and the
Yeah.
last 2 minutes
No.
is crazy.
It's the last 15 minutes of Pet Sematary, maybe.
Yeah.
Did you not like Pet Cemetery?
No, no one did.
I didn't talk about that actually. I rewatched it.
Not
I
too much.
didn't
it was,
like it.
It was kinda okay.
It's fine, but we watch it again, and I'm like, that's for a different time. I forgot to mention that actually, and I watched the alternate ending, so
It's
I'll talk about
boring.
that next week.
Okay.
But like on a rewatch, and after thinking, like
Is that
it
your
just
first time seeing it?
no, she didn't see it. It was me, Andy,
Oh.
and Bianca. Anyways, Krull.
I saw it in theaters.
Diego, do you have anything else to say about Krull?
No, it's just it was great. I like the. Are we? No, I won't get into full spoilers yet.
We're talking spoilers.
I know, but I don't want to I don't want to get into like the full discussion without Boozy's like
Yeah.
telling his
Okay.
feelings.
Good choice. Good
Yeah.
choice. Boozy. That's what well, first of all, I'm gonna say because I'm obnoxious and I'm making everything about me. When we were sitting on polar opposite ends of our group, and I walked out, and I was just like, I guarantee you, Boozy felt exactly how I felt. Like I felt like I had a connection, and I didn't even see how you looked. I will be shocked if I'm wrong.
I loved it. I loved
you
it
go.
so much. And okay, as much as everyone's gonna say, "Oh, this is a B movie," there's no offense on
He
me.
no,
Like
but
Jazz?
that's just what everyone says. That's what you expect to be a B
Okay,
movie.
because it's a monster movie. I understand that people are gonna rate it as a
But
B
it's an
movie.
alligator movie.
This movie does way more clever things than people will realize. The amount of clever things, and the one I can point out specifically, and people can look back and go like, "Oh, that actually was pretty smart," is they had on the side. It's a classic like family thing where it has as people get taller, like as the kids get taller, they do the line and then write the name. So you have a very clear small scene where it's kind of a tracking shot and it stops
It's a
right
little
there.
foreshadowing.
Yeah, and you're going like, oh, okay, that's, like it's building family dynamic, because that happens kind of towards the start of the movie when you have our character first go into the house. So you're kind of like, oh, it builds family, it builds character that, moving forward with your main characters. And then later on in the film, you have it showing where now it's the same height as one of the girls.
Yep.
And it's the same
late-
height as the water even.
the water is the same height as that now. Like, there is so many small, smart things in this movie that people are going to overlook because it's a quote-unquote alligator crocodile.
There's going to be so many people who are going to rip this movie apart being like, that was dumb, why did they do that?
Yeah, this was super well done. It was super smart. It did a ton of things that you see in not smarter, but like great moments in conventional horror movies where you have somebody being attacked in the background while your foreground character doesn't notice. So you as the audience go like, oh fuck, they don't know, and that character, it doesn't know, but you're expecting that big payoff, and when that payoff comes,
it's huge.
It's huge, yeah. So like, this was so well done. I can't stress that enough.
It was like that's what blew my mind the most about the whole thing overall, is how consistently paced it was, and how like once it starts, it just keeps ramping up, and it never fucking lets up. And it's just like a series of unfortunate events, but it's just like a series of relentless. This chick just can't catch a break.
But, okay,
this is constantly.
We've talked
me and Diego were laughing about it because we're just like, holy fuck! Like, it just gets worse. Like.
Well, okay, a lot of times when you see these movies, we've talked about this before, where certain films feel choppy because it's point A leads to point B leads to point C, very choppy. Everything that this movie did, addressing those sort of things, did it in such a way more of a flowy way that it didn't feel choppy. They got from one situation to another, and it never felt like, okay, we're here now, we have to do this. It was all just escalating.
I almost felt like it was like a video game formula where it's like it starts off and then it just keeps ramping up, but I felt like it's like when you're playing like a regular side scroller. I don't know if this is completely foreign to you as like video game analogies, but like it's like when you're playing just an old school like Super Mario, but you get stuck on a level and you keep dying, but then you keep working and you keep getting to it, and then you end up beating Jafar on the Aladdin Super Nintendo game.
No, and that's why like there was this this happened in so many movies, but I felt like it was so accurate here. There was a scene in the movie where I think it was at a point where you maybe looked at each other and we were like, fuck, where she's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, because it's like, holy shit, this girl's going through so much fucking shit.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, so like the movie, it opens up, sorry, as everyone expects with these types of movies, though, it does open up with like you're introduced to the skill set that your protagonist has that's going to eventually pay off in the end. So she's a swimmer. And she's clearly.
I didn't feel like it was forced, though.
No,
I was totally fine
natural.
with it. It felt natural.
And that's the thing, is this movie does a lot of those things that other films are guilty of. But and I can bring up the Meg, even like the remember the emotional scenes in the Meg were just complete laughter.
Where we
for us?
tore those apart.
Yeah, like so.
Oh, my dad's dead. Okay, bye.
So here's the thing, is like I didn't think that the movie was perfect. But this is what I love. So I loved every piece of it.
But it was done so well.
It was extremely well crafted. But the father-daughter dynamic, they work really well, and not once was it laughable. And like it was more so. I know you were actually, Lana was saying that you were connected to it, and like you liked, and like that's what I think. Those things are normally not successful in these movies. Like that's what they always try to do, is they make you try and care about these two characters, and it's almost never successful in these types of movies.
They addressed a whole divorce and family separation in the not only like the probably the quickest way, but the most efficient. It never felt like they lingered on the fact, but you got home what you needed to know.
It reminded me, I'm just calling it the Love, Death, and Robots effect, where they touch upon it, but yet you somehow feel like you've gotten so much backstory without necessarily
there's
having
not a
to get
whole bunch of exposition
you.
that you don't even need.
That, and even like the start of the movie when it shows her as a swimmer, I like how she was doing it while the hurricane was like going on. It's not like she was doing it and then all of a sudden
a hurricane popped in and nowhere.
She was doing it because that's what she does while this shit was happening on the outside.
I like that they addressed that though.
That, and she, like, that's the thing, is there's going to be people who are going to be like, oh, those characters are stupid. Why would she go over there? It's just like, this is going to be one of those things, like all horror movies. You don't know what you would do until you're in that situation.
Also, it's her fucking dad.
And that's the thing, too, is like people are going to be, I guarantee you, because I've actually I saw a comment on Twitter already about being like, well, the whole thing was stupid from the beginning because she was driving basically into a hurricane. It's like, her dad was in there.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like totally normal.
Tons of people have made way stupider decisions.
I would
and
do
she
that.
was the only family member close by.
I would do that, and I don't even like my dad. Just kidding. No, but it's Stop.
But
Dave.
I also liked the whole metaphor for like, because it seemed like her sister was fine and her mom was obviously fine. So like
With
the
Prince
destruction,
Charming.
the destruction was obviously like within her and her dad. So like
They were like the
all
black sheep.
wounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all wounded, and I like that too. It's like the destruction of a home, but they still have each other.
Yeah, and like that's the bottom line of what I was trying to get at is just like normally that stuff doesn't work in these types of movies because these types of movies aren't treated with the type of respect that they deserve, like movies like Jaws and stuff. Like everyone is at the end of the day trying to mimic Jaws in some way. Like people, obviously Aja was.
I got Jaws
Inspired by
feeling
it.
so much.
There's Jaws homages throughout the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
And like one of my favorite ones is including the looters. Like that's like this is the
in
movie.
the background, yeah, that was
Me and
total
Diego,
Jaws. Yeah.
me and Diego were laughing our asses off and just being so excited about like
in a
when
good
the-
way. We were laughing
yeah.
because we were like, "This is fucking awesome!"
It's so fun.
There was an homage to Jurassic Park as well.
I think I know what you're talking about, but explain.
Just wait. Tell me about that. But I just want to say this is going to be a movie that this is one of the only movies that I will buy the day it comes out, and I will just watch scenes of it over and over again because there's so many amazing scenes.
I'm not gonna lie. The first time you see any sort of villain in this, like the Gator, it does not look great.
Yeah,
No.
I know,
Then the
same.
longer the
I
movie
agree.
goes on, you're
better.
acclimated to it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that it like gets 100% better, but you're acclimated to what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Well, people are fucking so dumb if they're wanting a super realistic looking alligator
No,
in a movie like
I thought
this.
I thought it was
Looked
fine.
really
I'm just,
good
like
for-
I think Rogue did a better job, and that's not to compare. No. I just mean in terms of like you could definitely tell that there wasn't a lot of realism in what they were portraying, and it's not that I was like, oh, this ruined the movie. I was just like, okay, that's something noticeable for me. But I had no problem with it because you're acclimated to it immediately after. So every time you see another one, you're fine with it.
I was a little turned off when its eyes were glowing.
Yeah, I agree.
but that actually happens.
That
That's-
does
that's-
happen.
That's
Yeah.
a reflection. It's the same thing
The
with
red lights,
It's
though.
same as with cats.
Same thing with cats. You if the
Red
lights.
lights.
Yeah. But cats, it's green.
I didn't know that.
No,
Yeah, no, this
that's
is a real
legit.
thing.
That's
Oh,
legit.
because I
real.
remember I was like, ooh, spooky
Well,
eyes.
like if you've been driving somewhere at night or something, you
Even
see eyes
deer.
in the day.
Yeah,
you see
it's-
white
you're-
eyes.
It's a reflection of light.
Deer's is white. Cats is green, and I'm assuming crocodiles is red.
It's just a reflection of light.
Yeah. Because that would make sense because the way their eyes work, it's like the hazel reflection, so it's more of
Yeah.
like a brownish than a red.
Yeah.
But that is a real thing.
Cool.
And you can even see like there's even like night vision videos of crocodiles, and you can see their eyes glowing.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
We're gonna
Yeah,
get a
that's
Ouija
true.
board. We're gonna contact dead Steve Irwin, and we're gonna ask him.
Fuck's sake.
It's not too soon.
Didn't a stingray kill him?
Yeah.
But he loved the
He loves his
alligators.
gators.
He did love the gators.
Those gators are scary.
Boozy. Jurassic Park homage.
Yes, you have your. I'm terrible with names, so I always just go like your main character. You have your main female lady, and it starts from her, and then the shot backs up. This is while they're in the crawl space. It backs up to the gator's teeth,
Clever girl.
and the eye, and then the gator moves, and you have the tail whip, which is the exact same
Yeah.
thing that happens in the first Jurassic Park when the T-Rex breaks out, when Lexi is looking at the T-Rex, and their eyes make contact.
Makes sense. Yeah, I see it now.
Favorite kill.
Oh god, there's so oh for sure it's the one of the cops.
Yeah.
Overhead, and
Yeah.
it's ripping him. All
Yeah,
ripping. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
for sure the
That
highlight.
was mine too.
But I loved when the guy in the background, the girl's getting mauled on the boat.
think
I liked the arm.
The arm was.
Oh, that was so.
That's where I
gross.
threw my arms
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, me and Mitch are both like, holy shit!
I
Like,
physically
that's
threw my arms
Yeah.
in the air, being like, "Holy
I
fuck!"
think my favorite shot is one that I love every time I see it in movies. It's the mirror reflection in the corner store.
Yeah, in the
because
corner
there's
store.
some
Yeah,
really
yeah. Oh,
good
that
kills
was
that
awesome.
always happen in movies,
Yeah.
and that was such a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
you think that you're gonna, he's the last character of those three, and
Yeah.
You think he might survive?
you think he might help in some way, and yeah, to have him in the mirror get mauled, it was great.
That's why I think that's why this movie exceeded my expectations, even though I had fairly high. Like I knew I was gonna like it, but the reason I like it more than I thought it was because I didn't expect there to be that many other characters get fucked up.
That's the thing because I was worried this was going to be one of those movies where it showed too much in the
I
trailer.
was gonna say
It does show. It still shows too much, I think.
but it's still there's still
so much
like
more to see.
The three looters aren't
Yeah.
in the trailer at all.
Just him hitting the windows in the trailer.
yeah.
But yeah, no, there's still so much more to see in the movie. But
Yeah.
I felt like this trailer showed so much of
the
this movie.
trailer really ruined it for your.
I would have loved
What
to-
was that character's
the
name?
cop.
was it Trent or something?
Wayne.
Wayne.
Is that the
Yeah.
cop?
Wayne or Wade? The cop.
Yeah,
Yeah, when
that
it
really
grabs him.
bothers me that they
Yeah.
gave that away. Both the cops dying
Well, yeah,
in the
especially
trailer.
because as soon as I saw the vest, like even before before the movie really started, when she was driving to her dad's house and you saw the guys in the vest, I'm like, he's dying.
Shark bait.
That yeah, ooh la la. that and when she was
Senorita,
when she was
ooh la.
standing on the kitchen counter, I would have liked to not see that in the trailer either, just because it's like it seemed like they finally got out of it, and then it was.
The fuck was that?
What really bothered me was the gun and the arm. in
What
the
about
trailer.
that?
I thought that was cool.
Oh, how
Because
they-
that was
yeah,
like-
but how they showed it in the
but
trailer.
They showed it in the trailer, so like I liked that scene, but I knew
Yeah.
it was going to happen.
Andy, what did you
because
think?
I
What
saw
what
it.
is your take on trailers?
I feel like for a
Come over
trailer
here.
for a trailer like that, the only way to make it work is if you have those quick cuts where you see like things leaping out, like Gator's reaching out to something, but you don't get to see the impact of what character is getting attacked.
Exactly,
Because
yeah.
I feel like that ruined a lot of it. Not ruined, but it sucks that I knew about this going in.
Okay, Andy, first off, did you see the trailer for Crawl?
Only the first one and only once. I don't know if there were other trailers, so I did not really remember any specific scenes while watching the movie today. So nothing got really spoiled.
You had
for
a
me.
very luxurious viewing.
That's good then.
But like, what did you think of the trailer overall?
I remember there was Barry Pepper, water, and a gator.
Okay,
Barry
I'm just trying to get a bit. I'm just trying to get a video showing that you still found your way on this episode.
On the last episode, you said that I would probably show up on this episode.
I would love for you to stay. Fick the Scheiße. Okay, sorry. We can keep going now. Anyone got anything else? Lana, talk more about the dichotomy between Gators and Kentucky Fried Chicken.
KFC. I don't know anything else. I just liked it. I liked the emotion, and I liked the conversations that were had.
I liked the ending.
I liked the ending as
I
well.
thought the ending was
The
good
ending
because
was
it just
like a little cheesy, but I
My
liked it.
favorite character survived, and that's all that
The
matters.
Sugar?
dog.
Sugar
Okay, so
the dog.
that's
Baby
the most.
played
Sugar.
by So-So.
Baby Sugar.
I think that's the most important thing to talk about because I actually that's the only note that I wrote down is that I have a huge problem, obviously, but it's in every single horror movie and especially every animal horror movie that they kill dogs in it, or they kill a cat, or they kill a cow, or something that you care more about than humans. And that it almost made it more distracting for me with the two main characters. Like I was like, I was not laughing at their relationship like I was in the Meg, where it was just like, oh, this is so forced and it's not real. I was just more concerned being like, that dog better be okay.
And you
the
know
whole
what?
movie. And the longer he lasted, though, I was like, he's not going to kill him, because if the only purpose to have an animal kill in the movie is to have it be the first one.
And I
The
think
most
that was a
tense
purposeful red herring in the trailer.
It was.
Yeah.
Because by seeing the trailer, you're like, you see the dog,
You see it
you're like,
swimming.
that dog's gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it doesn't.
Funny enough, it was actually, I remember listening to a podcast that had the director of Rogue on, which is Greg McLean, who did Wolf Creek and everything. And he learned from doing Rogue, where he kills the dog, and
He
it's
got
brutal.
a ton of backlash
He got
for it.
so much backlash
Because
for
you
it.
can't just kill dogs.
But he's Australian, and
Too
he
innocent.
didn't know that was a thing, and he's just like, note to self, don't ever fucking kill a dog in a movie, because
Yeah.
Americans hate it. And that's why
Everyone hates it. You guys hate
We're
it. too.
Canadians.
Yeah.
We hate it.
Remember,
Yeah.
that was the worst part of I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's the worst
Terrible.
part of any movie, but it's also like, it's just a cheap way to get at your heartstrings.
Yeah.
But like the scene of him, like where they're both, oh god, I loved when the rain was pouring and they're walking through,
it just
he was-
stops.
and he's holding the
Yeah.
dog, and it's just kind of chilling there being cute, and then the rain stops and then you see that Gator's like swimming around. I'm
Oh
like,
my god.
fuck, I love this movie.
I
So
kind of
stressful.
thought he was going to yeet the dog at that point.
Yeah,
Oh.
same.
Just save
Yeet.
yourself. Just eat the dog.
That
I
that
hope,
that
I
would've
hope
been
everyone
awful.
understands that reference. No, it's
No.
not
I
that
do.
Honestly,
Okay.
no
On the moon.
American would ever do that. They'd die before the dog died.
yeah, that would have made my score go from 4 out of 5 to 1.5.
Also,
out of 5.
that is the one problem I do have also, is that, yes, they let the dog live the whole time. They could have had some sort of mechanic where the dog saves one of
I
them.
does.
know.
He
He
does.
does, though, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't feel
He's
like
always,
he does.
He's always around.
He's the one he pointed out where he was so that
For
she
the
could break
cops.
through the floor.
I know, but I feel like something with the gator would have been where like, what are you barking at? And
And
you
it's a
know,
gator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that's what you expect though.
Also, I just realized maybe the shower scene is also a reference to the Velociraptor scene in
Yeah,
Jurassic Park.
it totally is. I never thought of that. The Velociraptor scene in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
This is this
Like,
is
there's-
my Jurassic Park theories.
There's
coming
so many
through.
ridiculous things in this movie. Like, I'm sure that Gator would have no problem. That Gator, that strong, would have no problem breaking through that glass.
Right.
Especially if he could break through a set of stairs.
Also, do we ever come back to the fact that she half blinded one gator? Because I felt that was going to be another one of those things where it's at the end where she's facing off against one gator and it's only got one eye. And then you have that callback of like, you know.
You took my eye.
Yeah, that kind of, they didn't have that like Moby Dick moment.
I don't know. I need to see it again because I think I was just so full of testosterone.
There are a
by the
lot
end
of
it.
gators.
I
There
I
were
know
so
that-
many.
that's the problem though. When you have to
There
have
are
like
more
a
and more.
specific
The
you have-
alpha gator.
Yeah, you have to have your Scar character.
Like when they showed like the nest, I thought that the gator that came in was gonna be like the big like alpha mother gator.
I like the little baby gator.
I
It's
said
cute.
so cute. I leaned
So
over
cute.
to him and said
So cute.
Cuties.
So cute.
But yeah, I don't know. I think the movie was relentless.
No,
it
I
was a
think
lot of
it's
fun.
a fantastic movie, and I think
Super
everyone should
fun.
see. And the thing is, too, before I remember when I was at work, I was just like on my break, I was looking at Instagram, and there was like a sponsored video by Crawl, and I just had to look at the comments. People were like, "This movie looks so stupid. How could you look at yourself in the mirror after making a movie like this?" It's like, holy shit! Like,
Man, there are so
Rude.
many. Yeah, and even like friends. Like, there's a lot of people who, and I'm gonna say that I agree with Andy that I understand why. Like, you can say that it technically looks like a B movie because
guess, yeah,
we
yeah.
haven't gotten a quality version of this in a very long time. Even 47 Meters Down is like considered a B movie, and that's why I still use that term when I would explain Crawl to people. I'd be like, it's like a B movie, but it's actually like kind of really well done. And you okay?
What are you laughing
I'm good.
at?
I'm good.
Were you on your phone?
see a meme.
You should listen to the conversation.
Okay.
Okay, I think. Do you guys want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go hang up.
Yeah.
All right. So Crawl, thumbs up from the whole table,
Yeah, I
and
give
Lana.
this movie
Thumbs up.
2 gator heads and shoulders, knees and toes out of 10.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Good choice.
Is this gonna land on our top tens? For sure, it's gonna be
Right
mine.
now, yeah, I think it's in my top 3.
I think that's something that we should stop doing, but I think it's also a staple for us at this point.
Yeah.
Focusing on so much about what's going to be in our top 10 because that's going to affect us from just seeing decent movies. But I will say 100%, this is the movie I've enjoyed the most this year.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Like, out of horror movies, it's the one that if you don't count Lords of Chaos, which is technically like a drama with some horror elements, this is the movie that I had so much fun with, and I just had a good time at the movies. I wasn't disappointed at
With
all.
our German and Boston friends.
Yes, and I think that played a little role in it too. That it was just super fun. So
What, and what did Courtney get to drink?
Spitzy. Courtney had her first Spitzy. Am I saying it right still?
Did you like it?
Oh, she liked it. She at first, honestly,
Oh,
we
she
almost
loves
got in a
Spitzy.
fight about it because she's like, I don't like orange pop. I'm like, Courtney, but it's Spitzy. And then we got it, and she like kind of put a fuss up about it, and I was like, fuck, fine, I'll go get you another one. And then she pulled me aside. We had a little bit of an argument. Let's talk about it. And then no, but then she kept sipping it throughout the movie, and then by the time the movie was done, she said she's like, the more I drank this, the more I liked it.
And then Bianca gave her a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And also, one of the better theater experiences I've had at the Galaxy in a long time.
Yeah, no one was annoying.
No one
I
was-
liked
If
that
anything, we
theater.
were the annoying ones.
Except, what about the chair?
Oh yeah, okay.
Leaned
So,
so far back.
Courtney's chair was buzzing.
Oh, what?
I was actually worried for a large portion of the movie that there was a bomb attached to the
Yeah,
bottom
for
of
some
her
reason,
chair.
Courtney's chair was
It
vibrating.
was vibrating, and that's why she moved over one
Oh
from
no,
me.
that was just in her backpack. Get it? Get it?
Vibrator.
It was in her handbag.
Oh yeah, no,
Get
Z-
because
Get it?
it was actually, and I put my hand on the chair when she got off of it, and the chair was buzzing. It was vibrating. It was weird. Either way, listeners don't
and
need
they
to
weren't
hear
even
this.
the D-box seats.
Yeah, listeners
Hot
do not
chair.
need to hear this. Lana, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
It's fucking crazy that you're here from Boston.
I know.
It's still weird, but now we're gonna go get drunk. You're gonna shotgun a beer.
No,
Yeah,
I don't want to.
you gotta.
Fuck.
Sometimes you just gotta. That's my inspirational quote
I don't
of the
like
year.
beer.
Sometimes you just gotta.
Well,
Lana, this episode's nearly done.
Yeah.
You know what that means. What do you want to hear
Shawn
on your
Mendes.
way out?
oh, Crazy Bitch by Buck Cherry.
Yes! Really? What?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Do you know the story about that with me?
No.
He might already have that on his computer.
Yeah, he does. I'll explain that once we're done. But that's fucking hilarious.
All right.
All right.
Thank
you so much.
Love you guys.
This episode brought to you by the Saskatchewan Podcast
And
Network.
Boston.
And Boston.
Association.
And Boston.
And Germany.
And Germany.
In Germany. Everybody stay spetzy.
Hey, y'all crazy bitch, but you fuck so good I'm on top of it when I dream. I'm doing you all night. Scratches all down my back to keep me right on. Hey, y'all crazy bitch.
We will have no choice but to totally destroy people.